So last week we shared some messages. Oh, actually, I got sent an email of some screenshots that had taken place between Muhammad Hijab and this guy back in 2017. And he just became an ex-Muslim very recently. I'd say probably less than a year ago, or maybe 6 or 7 months ago. And he was pestering Muhammad Hijab with these questions about how, you know, what about this, what about that? But anyway, it was very cute. Very cute response from Muhammad Hijab. So
does Muhammad Hijab know he's ex-Muslim? Did he tell Muhammad Hijab, by the way, none of these answers did it for me?
Probably not. I actually don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe he should. Well, maybe yeah, because Muhammad Hijab is gonna say, "You, what did he say? What was that outburst was about? Like, you're telling me you no. Before that, like a year ago, this video that went viral where he was saying, "Here, you pussies" or something. He said something. Yeah, he said that you're questioning Islam. You weaklings. Yeah, you weaklings.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like your iman is weak. Like you're a scum of a human being because your faith is not strong enough. Yeah. You shit person.
Yeah. So maybe our friend is not going to write him a letter because he doesn't want to be shouted at. But yeah, but it doesn't matter. But obviously these people are leaving Islam. But anyway, so these are the rest of the letters. So we shared 3 letters last time. I think the video got like 10,000 views or something. I think people like these letter segments. So have a look at this one. So Hijab says, so this guy says to Muhammad Hijab, "I pray that you are fine, brother. May Allah keep you under his shade always." So anyway, so he goes, "I've had a few questions bothering me again and again. Again, they are being raised by the same critics of Islam and religion. I hope you will answer my question and clear the doubts, you weakling." your doubt. What do you mean, your doubts? These questions, and this is obviously back in 2017, so Muhammad Hijab used to be a lot politer back then. So obviously he could have shut him down.
It went downhill after that.
I think he's gotten better since then. But anyway, so he goes, so because apparently both clearly contradict each other. So oh, hang on. So these questions were asked. When asked, leave me stranded as how do I reconcile between such hadiths and science, because apparently both clearly contradict each other. For example,
but Friendly Muslim says there's science hadith.
It doesn't matter. Leave Friendly Muslim out of it.
Okay.
These kind of Muslims, they're harmless. I don't
but he's so much better than Islam. It annoys me. But come on, carry on.
Leave him be. Let him be. These are a list of few ahadiths which from a part of many similar ahadiths and verses stemming from the same apparent problem, i.e. they stand contradictory to science. Like the hadith when a Sahabi Abu Dhar was asked by the Prophet, "Do you know where the sun goes?" Remember that famous hadith? We've spoken about it a few times. It says, so Muhammad was going with his friend on a donkey. All of a sudden, nobody said nothing. Nothing. It's like Muhammad's like, I haven't bullshitted today. So how do I fool people? Let's see how many bullshits would they believe of me? So he goes, "Hey Abu Dhar, son, do you know S-O-N son? Do you know where the sun goes at night?" Abu Dhar rolls his eyes. He says, "No, I don't know. I guess I'm about to find out. So you tell me, dear Prophet." Prophet goes, "It goes. You know, we see it move across the sky and it goes under the throne of Allah and then it sits there, prays and I don't know.
Asks for permission to rise and set."
Then he asks for permission. "Should I come from the other side?" And then Allah says, "Yep, you can come." So that
and on the day of judgment, it's gonna flip and we're all effed.
I even saw, Venus, or is it Venus or Mercury? Oh yeah, I think it's Mercury. Well, maybe Venus. I don't know. One of the two planets. They actually spin the other way. So yeah. So we go from east to west. They go west to east. So they go the other way. So, so some Muslim actually told me, "You know what? Why do you think that? Sun can't rise from the west? It does on Venus, but like what are we going to have to go through? We're going to have to stop the Earth from spinning, and then we're going to have to go. Let's go the other way. Before the sun rises from the west, we would all be thrown into space." But anyway, that's too much science. So anyway, so this guy is a smart guy. He's thinking. He's asking these questions like, what does that mean?
Asking the right questions, might we add? Yeah.
But look, our friend He says, as it relates, sorry, let me do this. As it relates to the hadith of Abu Darda, the majority of old scholars don't consider the movement of the sun as a physical movement, as in the Surah Al-Nawal, one of the greatest authorities of this field. This crap, that's lie. The Quran in chapter 55 refers to the stars and the trees prostrating in a similar way as per the hadith, but this is seen as a metaphoric and not actual. This is,
of course it is. When it doesn't bloody make sense, it's suddenly a metaphor or allegorical. Or Allah knows best.
Yeah, Allah knows best. All of a sudden, it turned into that. Muhammad Hijab, I would have expected a lot more. But again, no matter how smart these guys are,
quite a shabby response, to be honest, huh?
Yeah, it is pretty bad. Anyway, let's move on to the second one. There are 11 verses. They all talk about sun's orbit. Well, it doesn't explicitly say sun's orbit. It says Allah has created an orbit for sun and the moon in the context of day and night. 11 verses. All of them, you're telling me it's metaphorical? No. And the hadith actually is the further detailed response or a commentary on those verses. And yeah, Prophet Muhammad screwed up. He messed up. He should, on that day, on that beautiful, warm, sunny day in Arabia, when Prophet Muhammad was traveling on his beloved donkey, he should have kept his mouth shut.
It's probably a scorching day. I don't think it was as pleasant as to enjoy.
Yeah. Anyway, so another one of the second of the same kind of hadith is mentioned in Bukhari when Prophet Muhammad said to the Sahaba that the baby will resemble, this is a funny one, the baby will resemble the father if he ejaculates first.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
This poor guy was reading all of this and getting the apologetics and being like, huh? What?
I think Prophet Muhammad was watching ancient porn of squirting and he thought, oh, women ejaculate too.
Yeah, for real. And then made the link to how the baby looks. Whoever comes first. Like, well, Muhammad was definitely not quite like the pleaser then. He was a bit of a selfish lover.
Yeah. We actually,
nothing worse than a selfish lover, you know?
So, yeah, well, I think you're trying to tell some
the world. That is my message to the world. You know who you are.
So Prophet Muhammad, if any of his kids, if they resemble Prophet Muhammad, then according to his logic, Prophet Muhammad is a selfish lover. According to that proves it. If Fatima resembled Prophet Muhammad, then it means Prophet Muhammad came before Hazrat Khadija.
Oh, gosh.
Oh my
goodness. This is horrible. I don't even want to think about this.
This is so embarrassing for themselves, is it?
I know. It's terrible.
See, the more Muhammad spoke and the worse it got for him. And he left this bloody mess for all these people left behind, you know? Like all these people that are like, oh shit. I bet some of these scholars, especially the classic ones, they would have been like, man, I wish he had kept his mouth shut because this is just ridiculous. Anyway,
yeah, the crap they have to come out and defend in 2022 is ridiculous.
But guess what Hijab's view is on that? Anyway, so whoever comes first, the baby will resemble him or her, but it will resemble the mother if she discharges first. She discharges first. So I think they're talking about an orgasm, but anyway, that's fine. Okay.
Unless there's like some STIs involved, in which case you've got to get that checked out, home girl. That's not good.
But isn't this contradictory to the science, which claims that it's a work of genetics? Yeah, yes. Well done. Good question. But look what our beloved Hijab said. The second hadith has not been disproven. What? Which part? Excuse me, I missed that. Like what, the coming first part resembling the parent part? Daddy? And isn't that funny, the resembling part? It's all BS, of course. No child resembles entirely to one parent.
You're literally a mix. That's the DNA. Is like you're a mixture of parents to some degree. It's not like they're gonna. I'm 100% my dad or 100% my mum. Or But I think the Prophet's not even going into that. He's literally like, oh, it looks like him. He came first.
Yeah.
But remember how the Prophet's making arbitrary decisions in the Hadith when like he was trying to see whether a man was capable of like having sex or not, and he's like, look at his kids, they resemble him as closely as a crow resembles something. What was that?
Yeah. No, that one that is such a damning hadith. That hadith. Okay, I'm gonna have to find that one. Obviously, I can't find that. So there was this woman. There was a man who accused his wife of adultery, and she said
she wanted to divorce him and get married to her former husband.
No, not that one. There's another one. There's another one which is actually a bit more in detail. This is a really damning one. So this guy comes to Prophet Muhammad and he says, my wife is cheating on me. This baby is not mine. She cheated on me, blah, blah, blah. So Muhammad is like, what do I do? Do you have 4 witnesses? He didn't have it. It's like, this is, and even Muhammad realized that this earth-shattering, this wonderful new way of solving these problems and this new legislation is pathetic. So what do we? So Prophet Muhammad said, well, sorry, if you don't have 4 witnesses, bad luck. And the guy goes, no, but Prophet, I've seen it. I swore it. I know this is true. So this is not right. So Muhammad realized, oh, hang on a sec. My 4 witness rule is going to be challenged now. Because this guy knows. And Prophet Muhammad obviously believed him. He thought, yeah, if you saw it, well, how do you do? He goes, okay, now you have to give shahada 3 times that you did it. Is it 3 witnesses or 4? Is it 3 or 4? 4. Yeah. 4 witnesses. So he goes, you have to.
It's because Aisha was caught with 3 witnesses.
That's right. So that's why Muhammad, every other time he did things in 3.
He's obsessed with the number 3 otherwise. We know that. Yeah. But when it comes to Aisha being a bit cheeky. 4 witnesses.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Go ahead with
so anyway, so he Prophet Muhammad said, okay, well, now you have to give shahada 4 times that my wife is an adulterer. So that would be counted as 4. So now I said, okay, Prophet Muhammad said, okay, bring the woman forward. And the accused woman came and she said, Prophet said, well, how do you respond to the charge? She said, nope, I didn't do it. I'm innocent. And then his Prophet said, okay, well, then you have to give shahada 4 times now. So, and mind you, the 4th oath you have to say, you're gonna have to say, if I'm lying, then Allah may curse. So first 3 times she said, I didn't do it. And then people say, oh, no, lady, please, Allah is gonna curse you. Obviously, she's a smart lady. She'd go, I'll deal with Allah later, but I don't want to be stoned to death right now. So she said no, and she said, I'm not guilty. So at the end, Prophet Muhammad said, this is it. Muhammad actually admitted the law of Allah was pathetic. Muhammad said, you know what? I can't do anything. If it wasn't for the Quranic verse that you need to provide 4 witnesses, and if there's a stalemate like this, then I can't do anything. But my gut tells me, if it wasn't for the Quranic verse, I would have had her stoned, because I know she committed adultery. So anyway, but he said that he just gave a hint. He said, if the baby is born with big, thick ankles, dark ankles, then it means she did cheat on her husband.
Yes.
With so-and-so dude.
Yes, that was it.
So anyway, so 9 months later, or 7 months later, the baby's born, and the baby resembled the guy who she had supposedly slept with. So that's when Muhammad made the remark. He said, Muhammad said, damn it. Muhammad said, damn it. Allah, your law is pathetic, because, it's proven now. But then he said, I'm not going to carry out the punishment, because that would be directly going against Allah's command. And this is the reason why a lot of fuqaha, a lot of scholars, don't accept the DNA evidence, because they say Muhammad also knew through common sense and ijtihad. Muhammad also knew that 4 witnesses is not a foolproof argument, but we have to use that because it's been decreed in the Quran.
I was just going to say that, thank goodness, in a way, that this is also redundant now, because we've got like DNA and like CCTVs, and we've got everything. Like, we've got so many things in motion now, like even in terms of like conception and IVF and parenting and like test tube babies. It's so weird that Muhammad's little ankle theory and 4 witnesses, and in fact in Islam it goes as far as to say you're meant to have 4 witnesses who are like witness it, like as if like the analogy they give is like a fountain pen and an ink pot. You've got to actually witness that. So I mean, who is standing around? Who are these 4 people standing around to the extent, first of all, and then you like obviously how problematic this is for women who are actually raped. But yeah, insane how they have to stick to their guns and use these methods in the face of like how much science and progression humanity's made is because it's in the Quran.
Yeah.
But yeah, can you finish your Muhammad Hijab email?
Oh yeah, so Muhammad Hijab one, I think there was a third. So anyway, Hijab just simply said that no, this is not true. And then there's a third one. It says, well, obviously this is not true. I mean, your baby doesn't resemble if you come first.
Doesn't it, Horace? Oh, I thought
that. but second, but look at the criterion these people said. They say it hasn't been disproven.
I know, that's how low the bar is. Do you know what I mean?
No, it hasn't been
academia hasn't come out and said, this is bollocks. Therefore, we can still say it has some credence. There's some credibility to it because it's not been debunked yet.
Yeah. If Muslims can go to bed with this kind of logic, more power to you. So anyway, so the third question, he goes, of the third and the last one, which is my personal example, when Prophet in the hadith and said that there is a piece of flesh in the chest, that which is when it is fine, the whole body is in submission, the hadith of the heart, which you must be knowing, but we know that heart doesn't have anything to do with good and bad actions, etc. You know, so that's the hadith. So Hijab says on that, Sheikh Shankiti wrote a whole paper on the physical heart, and he used this hadith as an evidence, suggests as you have that the heart does in fact have some ability to comprehend and understand of a physical and literal way. See, and a lot of Muslims actually use it. There was a study published recent, not so long ago as well, where it said that some thoughts could come from heart, and it wasn't literally like cognition. It wasn't cognitive thoughts. It's like, for example, if your finger is burning or your hand is burning, a thought of pain arises. You could argue that it's coming from your hand. Yes, but because heart is a bigger organ, so there's a few more neurons than there are or nerve cells than there are in your hand. So you can't actually say, there's no study that actually says that your thoughts are actually originating. Show us an MRI scan that if you have truthful feelings or deceptive feelings or feelings of love or hatred or anger or whatever, put an MRI on your heart and show us the part of the heart that actually lights up. There isn't any, but you'll find plenty when we do the MRI scan of our brain. So again, they're clutching the straws. It's like, wow, the scientists said there's one little paper that says that some thoughts can be manipulated by heart. And yes, they can be, because heart is probably a very big organ. It's a very big organ, and it's constantly pumping blood, and anything that goes, even by that logic, even some thoughts come from your hand as well, because hand tells you like, okay, too cold, too hot, and it's just bad. But that's so anyway. So Muhammad Hijab. So anyway, but this is the third one. This is the funny one.
Okay,
look at this one. And this guy is just obviously pretending. Jazakallah, thank you very much, brother, for your wonderful answers. Obviously, we know
I'm
5 years later.
Once again, yeah.
5 years later, we know that it wasn't true. But he goes, I don't know how to thank you, but I have a fiqh question. Fiqh question. Look what he says. Sorry, mate, I don't answer those ones.
Oh wow, that's his red line, huh? No fiqh questions. Sorry. Why not? That's where all the juicy stuff is.
No ficking questions.
That's it.
No fiqh questions. Why? Because in fiqh, I'm gonna ask you, like, if my brother is if my wife is sleeping and she spoons me, what am I gonna do? I don't know if that question has been answered or not, but that question will fall under a fiqh question, like, oh, how to have sex with your wife. There is a hadith that you can have doggy style, but they don't like doggy, so they don't like the term doggy. They were the horse style, horse.
They call it horse style. That's probably more relevant to how it was in their time, to be fair.
Well, I'm sure they saw some dogs getting it on, but anyway. So
I mean, they saw monkeys stoning each other, so they started stoning the adulterous, didn't they? Because that's what the monkeys were doing. So Muhammad's really getting divine wisdom from monkey behavior.
so anyway, so he goes, yeah. So yeah, that's a perfectly rational fiqh question. Now, for example, this question out of this video that I showed you earlier, apparently it's a very hot topic these days, because people are becoming more educated about fiqh and these problems, masalas as they like to call them, about, like, for example, what if you are playing with the with the breast of your wife, and then you accidentally get a drop of blood in your mouth. Oh, sorry, a drop of milk in your mouth. What's going to happen? And apparently, did you know, if you do it one time, be careful, never do it again. Don't go down there. Or
is it 3? Is the cutoff 3? And then she's like your mother or something?
I think it's 5. No, it's 5 times. I think it's 5 times. Because,
okay, they've given some leeway with that. Muhammad made an
No, but remember the logic behind that. Remember the verse that was eaten by
the goat? Yeah.
By a goat, yeah. That one had
whatever,
tame sheep. That was breastfeeding verse and stoning verse. So that one had 5. That apparently that had the condition of 5 times you have to suckle a woman. You have to directly drink from the breast. So anyway, if you're a husband and you get carried away in the foreplay, so if that happens once,
it's a very creepy acting.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh my god. Okay, moving on swiftly. This is not a vibe.
As if that's never happened to you.
Yes, definitely not.
Oh yeah. Well, okay.
I don't have to click on these videos for these weird questions of life. The University of Life requires me to ask this question.
No, but that is the problem. We're taking the piss out of it, but these are genuine life and death questions and answers for Muslims.
I know.
These are problematic parts. This is why he said, "Sorry, I don't answer these fiqh questions. I don't answer them." So poor Muhammad Hijab. Anyway, to help me produce more videos like these, support me on Patreon or PayPal.